What are the warning signs from your experience, both personal as an individual? How does a person know that they're getting into really dangerous areas now? And for the parents as well, how can they recognize warning signs about their children?
The individual, we're always talking about the two C's. The two C's. One is the compulsion, and one is continuing the activity despite negative consequences. Mm-hmm. So if you find yourself that you're compelled going to these websites, compelled meaning like you have something essential to do, studies, work, meetings, whatever else, but you find yourself putting off all these things aside for the sake of your pleasure, for the sake of watching these content and pleasuring yourself and so on. If you find yourself compelled doing that, this is a number one indication that you are already addicted. And probably your brain is hardwired into that addiction to leave something very essential for the sake of something haram like that. And to continue the activity despite negative consequences, knowing that you're not going to achieve what you wanted to achieve in life. You might, maybe you've been called before by your wife and you promised her, and a few months later, she was outside, she went to the market, she went to her parents, and you find yourself alone, and you started getting back again into your behavior, knowing that she might open the door and catch you again in the act, and that could lead to divorce. Despite all these negative consequences, you're still into the addictive behavior. I have a person who actually attempted rape on a school campus, and he ended up in jail for 1.5 years. He disappeared from the community. We tried to reach out his family members, we couldn't for 1.5 years, and then he contacted me. Where have you been? I asked him, like, where in the world have you been? He said, I was in jail. Why for? And he narrated the story. What happened? I squeezed him hard. He said he's been addicted to these types of pornography on the internet, the rape type. And that's why there are countries who banned pornography, because they attribute it to the contributing to the rape culture. Nepal, New Zealand has been doing excellent job in raising awareness on a governmental levels, because they have recognized the damage that this can bring to the society. So when you find yourself compelled, and when you find yourself continuing the activities despite those negative consequences, then that's absolutely something you need to pause, you need to be honest with yourself, and you need to reach out to someone who is expert, who knows how to get you out of it, because there is no way an addicted person can get rid of his behavior on his own, period.
So if a person finds themselves, for example, every night needing to take their phone, or does it become addictive when it starts to affect their work?
So I'm going to ask you a question, Sheikh.
Okay,
if I'm smoking 1 cigarette every day for 5 years, am I addicted to nicotine cigarettes or not?
For 5 years?
Yeah, so 5 years straight, every day 1 cigarette.
Okay.
Will I be considered addicted to cigarettes?
I don't know.
Okay. If I am addicted for the same period of time, but I'm smoking 1 pack a day, am I addicted to cigarettes or not? For 5 years straight.
It seems so.
Both are addicted.
Both are addicted.
Yeah, because
Why?
Because you already been doing the same behavior again and again, despite knowing that cigarette kills, that cigarettes are harmful, yet you go and visit the same behavior for that so long. It means that your brain already has developed those pathways that are producing those dopamines and other chemicals, asking you to repeat the activities. They have already registered, those neurotransmitters have already registered the activities in your brain as something essential to be done again and again, repeatedly. We go to the bathroom every morning, what do? We brush our teeth. It's not addictive to brush your teeth, but it's a habit.
More of a habit.
It's a habit that was built over the years. So you already, unconsciously, you're brushing your teeth. You don't need to plan for it. But a smoker, they plan. Talk to me. I used to. We plan, we have a meal, the plan, after the meal, you know what you're going to do. You end the meal by a cigarette.
But smoking,
you drink tea, yes.
The smoking, vaping, drugs, this is more of a physical addiction, isn't it?
It's substance addiction.
Substance addiction. We're talking about behavioral.
There is no difference.
Dave Sheikh, I can say to you, I can stop any time. I'm not really addicted.
Alhamdulillah, if you stopped, alhamdulillah, I will congratulate you. What can I do? So the point is, you wanted to measure by the time, between each relapse. So what I'm saying is, and what the expert says is, that if you've been visiting those harmful behaviors in a period of time of over 5 years, you're already addicted. Whether the addiction is deep or a little bit. So if I'm smoking one cigarette a day for 5 years, I'm still addicted, but my level of addiction is a little bit mild. But if you're one pack, for both are addicted, just the levels varies. So you need, that's why you need to speak to experts. Addiction, the addiction field is very complicated. You have to deal with every individual independently without looking at the general spectrum of the matter. You have to see the underlying problem, why he actually visited, why he stumbled across these websites in the first place. Sometimes it's a result of sexual assault when that person was young. And as a result, he became very curious to know more. Sometimes, depression, anxiety leads to people wanting to numb that pain by visiting things that are super excited to take them away from that pain. So we need to dig deeper to know why in the first place a person visited these sites so that we can do the necessary remedy.